We are back with more My Southern Home, and I'm here with Eddie and Jason Phillips with Phillip Builders. And thanks, guys, for joining me today.
Thank you.
So, Eddie, Phillip Builders is a legend in Middle Tennessee when it comes to home building and home ownership. How did you guys start this company?
Well, we know that my great-grandfather was a builder. I'm not sure about my great-great-grandfather, but my dad always said my great-grandfather was a real builder. He started with the trees, and he built his own lumber, and he built the Donahoe Hotel up in Red Boiling Springs. And my grandfather was a builder, and my dad started Phillips Builders in 1951. And then my brother and I joined the company in the early 70s. My three sons, I'm a fourth generation builder. My three boys are fifth generation. And we've got 6 grandchildren in the business. We've been building houses a long time.
Well, that's a wonderful story. And Jason, it had to have been so wonderful to grow up with this type of trade and seeing your family help homeowners in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, looking back, I just remember how many times when I was in the field, I grew up, in the field, people talking about my grandfather or talking about my dad. And at the time, I just kind of took it for granted, and now I realize how that heritage and that legacy has paid off and created great opportunities for me and my children.
And Eddie, one of the things that's been wonderful for me is to see how your family has evolved in the business over the years and the price of your first home that you sold.
Well, the first house I sold, I was in college, was 1,250 square feet, full basement, hardwood floors, and a paved driveway, and we sold it for $15,500.
Wow. That's what a car is now.
Oh, yeah, if you can find one for that. It's pretty crazy.
Well, Jason, affordability is something that you guys really pride yourself on.
Yeah, we definitely focus on value to the customer. We don't compete necessarily on the lowest price per square foot, but we also don't do custom homes, so we're kind of in the middle. So our trick is trying to figure out what buyers really want to spend their money on. And so we'll give the buyers some options that maybe some of the production builders want. Even though we don't do fully custom construction, we do some things to let people customize, the home as our floor plans in a way that makes it feel like it's theirs.
And Eddie, what are some of the things that you've noticed as your company has evolved over the years?
Well, everything starts with good people. I learned a long time ago, if you got good people, you can do anything. And we've been blessed to, I think primarily because of the culture that my dad's established when I came in the business. It's attractive to good people to build good homes and do a good job for our customers. So, the key to everything to me is people.
Well, Jason, and Eddie talks about culture, and you can tell that you've built a wonderful one here with Phillips Builders because of the subcontractors that have been with you since the company started.
Yeah, the people and the teamwork is not a cliche in this business. We're in an industry that basically builds homes the same way they did 50 years ago. We don't have the benefit of building homes in a controlled environment with machines and computers. We're building it with people. So we very much value our subcontractors and our vendors and the team that we've put together. Really, you've got to have one quality to work for Phillips Builders. You've got to care about what we're doing. And if you've got that quality, then you can be successful and you can work for Phillips Builders. We meet every week and we talk about what we can do. It doesn't matter if you work for the construction team or the sales team or the warranty team. What can we do to better serve our customer? What can we do to better build a better home? And so everybody in the company has a voice, and they have a direct line of communications. And so we can respond to markets faster than most, and we can respond to what customers are looking for quicker than most companies. So we value everybody in the business, and everybody has a voice.
I've told this story to just about everybody that's ever joined our company. When I was my first subdivision as a young builder, my dad had fired the superintendent, and so there were some major problems with a few of the houses. And I tried to band-aid them and do everything in the world. And my dad came out there one day and he asked me what was going on, and I told him. And he said, well, what do you think we need to do? And I said, well, it's going to cost a lot of money, but we need to dig up these foundations and re-waterproof the houses, and it's going to cost a lot of money. He looked at me and he said, son, there's something you need to understand. If you tell me we built those houses and didn't make any money on them, he said, I can handle that. But if you tell me we didn't do a good job for those people that bought them, that's the only thing I can't handle. And it was the biggest game changer in my life, because it was just like a rock went off of me. And all the builders I've hired over the years and trained, I've told them the same story. I said, look, if you didn't have good judgment and character, we wouldn't have hired you. So if there's an issue with our buyers, you don't need to call me. You don't need to call our senior vice president. Just ask yourself, if me and my wife were buying this house and I had this problem or this issue, what would I like to have done and think would be fair? And then just do it. And when your people have that freedom to deliver for your customers, it just sets a great culture, and it attracts great people, because great people want to do a good job for your customers.
Well, I've really enjoyed learning about your company. Thank you so much for being on My Southern Home today.
Thank you.
Thanks
very
for
much.
having us.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.